And just another question, David. I mean, earlier today when we were in Portobello Road, you approached those girls, and I mean, I said to you, "Oh, go in there, get the number and everything," and and you didn't take that approach, and you didn't go for that. And I mean, obviously, you're going to see them tonight, but most of the time, you're not going to randomly meet girls who are going to the same place you are, that particular evening. So, obviously, getting the phone number is essential. Otherwise, you're not going to meet up with them and coordinate your activities. So isn't it about getting the number at the end of the day? Because how can you meet these people again?
Don't go in with the objection of getting the number because you don't know who they are, because then you're saying to yourself, I'm desperate, I want a phone number. What you're doing is you're giving your power away. You go in there saying, I'm the person that you need to get to know. You go in there with an attitude. You go in there with confidence, because women are attracted to confidence. Secondly, if they were not going to the place that we were going to tonight, I would have said, you know what? My buddies and I, we're not going to this place tonight. But you know what? Next week, why don't we meet up? Next week, why don't we hang out, okay? Why don't you and I go to that place? Why don't you and I go grab a drink next week? And then all of a sudden, she'll give you the phone number because you went, you talked to her, you had a good time. But here's the key, and this is something a lot of guys don't do right. On a Saturday, walk around. Women are very vulnerable on a Saturday. Why? Because they get hit on by a bunch of drunken guys the night before and they're sick and tired of that. So they want to do something different that night. They're going out with some girlfriends. So instead of trying to go get a phone number, why don't you say, hey, what are you and your friends doing tonight? And she'll say, well, we're going to go to, what was the name of that bar?
The Sanderson, was it?
Yeah, the Sanderson. Wow, that's so funny. My buddies and I are going there too. I said, why don't we all just meet up and have a good time? You love my friends, they're really cool. My friends are actually good looking. Oh my God, I sound like a woman. All my friends are good looking. Make fun of them because all women say all their friends are attractive, right?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh cool, we'll get the whole group together. So then you go in there, not only are you meeting the girl that you already know, you're meeting 6 of their friends, and they'll text their friends during the course of the day, and they'll say, I met this really cool guy. He came in there. We talked about a lot of different things. Remember, we talked about car insurance. We talked about dating. We talked about, guys that are rich that try to buy women. We had a good conversation. So she's going to text her friends, and by the end of the day, you're going to become this story. You're going to become a legend, right? Instead of you high-fiving your friends, she's texting her friends, and they're all basically excited to meet you. Oh my God, you were the guys that walked in. Was your friend really going to put lip gloss on? No, my friend was going to put lip gloss on. My other friend was going to put lip gloss on. Whatever it is, whatever the funny story is, you've got something already there, and you got momentum already built in.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I noticed about your approach, David, is you're really friendly and you're really, really genuine, and you don't go for any of this kind of dropping negs or kind of putting them down or anything. And I kind of feel that approach would make it obvious to them that you were interested in them because you were so obviously showing disinterest. Is that your philosophy then?
I always show interest in them because they want to go out. Everybody's favorite conversation is what? Themselves.
Yeah.
Every single person wants to talk about themselves and their adventures. So what I do is I let them talk about themselves. I try to create an emotional connection with them, because if I create an emotional connection, then when they hear the word David, they'll all of a sudden think emotional. They'll think an emotional topic, okay? Or they'll think Chris, ooh, Chris is a good guy. It's not doing any NLP mumbo jumbo. I am truly interested in a person. Why? Because I want to meet somebody I'm interested in. I don't want to just hang out with
David,
because,
she's
good looking.
There's a key question here, is that if you come across as interested, does that come across as needy? That would be a concern of most guys, asking them questions and so forth.
I'm asking them fun questions. Why is your car insurance too high? That was a simple question. Does that sound needy? Here's needy. Here's needy. Oh, do you find guys that you like? It's like, what are you attracted to? Are you attracted to guys like me? That's being needy. Being needy is being insecure. Being needy is not carrying on a conversation. You want to lead the conversation, okay? Being needy is standing there, right? Thinking to yourself inside your head, wow, man, I don't know what I should say next. I don't want to look needy. I never feel needy. I go in and have a conversation, just like I'm talking to all you guys right now, okay? That's how I have a conversation with women. I don't treat them any different. So that's why they respond. You saw the way they were responding.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they were all there talking. Even the shy blonde one in the background, she was standing there too, wanting to get involved in the conversation. You see, I brought her in.
She felt excluded.
She felt excluded, but she was waiting for her turn to be talked to. Needy is walking in and immediately thinking, I got to get a phone number. I got to get a phone number, so you're not really bonding with them. All you're doing is trying to get her number, and she knows it.
Does she know it? That's the thing.
Absolutely. When you walk in there and you walk in there and all you're thinking about is, I got to get this girl's phone number. So you go in there and you go in there with some stupid PUA pickup routine, right? You're basically saying, look at me, I'm the clown, I'm the guy who needs the phone number, I'm here to entertain you, give me your number, right? I don't even talk about the phone number. I don't even ask for their names at the end, but yet they volunteer personal information during the whole entire time. The more personal information you get, the more powerful you become.
But I've rarely experienced a girl offering her personal information. So don't you have to go and lead in that situation?
But I was leading. You saw I was leading. I found out about their life. I found out about the vacations she took. I found out about her friends. I found out about her friend who went out with that guy who was very wealthy, who basically bought her, and now she's a possession, right?
Yeah.
I'm just following the flow of conversation. You know, I wrote a blog a long time ago called He Talk, She Talk. And the fact is most guys are random talkers. They can't focus in. Females, they just focus in on a conversation and they want to go deeper and deeper and deeper until they exhaust that conversation, and then they pick a new subject, right?
Yeah.
Based on basically what they're already taught, based on something that might have transitioned from that conversation. The reason why you talk about needy is because you feel needy because you've become very confident just recently, so you still have the old system still in place. So you're like in turmoil right now, thinking to yourself, man, it's like, God, am I looking needy? Am I looking this? I don't ever think about how I'm looking. I just think about how much fun I'm having. Because we all go out. We're going to go out for the next couple hours. We're going to walk around London. We're going to go to, maybe we'll go to Spitalfields, maybe we'll go to Soho. But we're going to walk all over the place. We're going to go into stores, okay? And we're going to go in as a group of 4 guys, basically just having fun on a London afternoon. And what we're going to do is we're going to be the center, we're going to be the party, we're going to be the energy coming in. We're going to rescue all these women from being bored. We're going to talk to the shop girl. And every time we talk to the shop girl, then all of a sudden we're going to talk to the other women that are in there. And what a lot of guys don't do is they don't talk to the shop girl. They just want, I'm only going to talk to the pretty girl today. You talk to every single girl, because all of a sudden, okay, the next time you go into that store, all of a sudden, okay, the girl that you know, you walk up and go, hey Mary, how are you? Hey David, great. And all of a sudden the girl that's shopping there, boom, she just wants to hang out with you too. She wants to know why you know her and you don't. So we're going to take you along for this venture, and we'll record a little bit in a bit.
That sounds absolutely great. One other question, David. You talked
I knew
about,
you had another question.
Yeah, well, I've got loads of questions, don't worry. You talk about creating an emotional connection. I mean, we kind of know what that means, but how do you actually do that? You know?
Okay, how to create emotional connection is real simple, okay? You can start off with anything simple like, how's your day going? Okay. Why just okay? Right? Listen to what they say. Why just okay? And then she'll be like, well, this morning my dog got sick. Oh man, what kind of dog do you have? She goes, my dog's like 14 years old. Then when you're like 14 years old, it's like, wow. It's like, have you had your dog since she was a puppy? Absolutely, I love my dog. Man, I know how you feel. I have a dog too. My dog is a lab. You know, and I've had my dog since I was a puppy. Does your dog sleep with you? Oh yeah, my dog sleeps with me, blah, blah, blah. And then she starts talking, right? And then I'll be like, so what happens when you're dating somebody? I said, you know, who gets the better side of the bed? You or her? You get playful in this,
yeah.
Right? And she goes, well, the dog always gets preference, you know? And I'm like, the dog gets preference? I said, that's crazy. My dog's got her own bed. I said, so, you know, so you just kind of like, talk about things that they like.
Talk about things they like and they're interested in,
right,
and relate to that.
I mean, it could be the dog thing, it could be a trip to Italy, she can have a bracelet on, and you can go, oh, that's really cool, where'd you get it? She goes, Italy. I go, wow, when were you in Italy? And she'll be like, I was there last summer. How was it? Did you have fun? What was your favorite thing? And then she describes what a sunset is in Positano, right? It's the most beautiful sunset in the entire world. It's phenomenal when you walk down the hill in Positano, okay, and you see the sunset, and all of a sudden you go, wow, that's great, that's fantastic. You know, the last time I was in Italy, I missed Positano. I said, but it's one of my favorite places. Is that your favorite place in the world to go to? So all of a sudden, she's talking about her favorite place and she's staring directly at you. It's creating an emotional response. She sees her favorite place, she feels her favorite place, and she's staring at you, and all of a sudden Chris becomes in her mindset.
That's really, really helpful.
So we'll take them along on the journey, and
okay,
that's it
cool.
for now.
Okay.